Hello, hello. Welcome back to Blood Rush League main bracket round 2. Today we have Bleedout versus Oscen with up first Bleedout's pick of Unknown. We have JD playing, and let's see how they do. You have Agi, Pain Res, Eruption, and Corrupt. Very solid perks. And we have Obscure Game Cartridge and Footprint Cast for the more clones and fast kick and vault when you teleport. All right, we're walking around looking for survivors. We see scratch marks, and here comes the first chase. JD finds Renato. A good UVX hit. Breaking line of sight here, so Renato can't clear the UVX. We're chasing around the loop. Renato vaults. Will this get? You got this, JD? Slightly off. Renato flares to the left. We drop chase. It's right. Leaving Renato weakened there is good. Keeps makes it so that the clones spawn quicker, and means that Renato has to come to the unknown to clear. We have another chase here. The gen here by the bus seems to be around 50%. A pallet dropped slightly low on the shot, unfortunately, so was not able to bounce over the pallet. And the survivors seem to be working on the gens. It looks like they're double stacking a gen. Renato finally clears off the last of the weekend effect and vaults the mid shack. Ooh, looks like Unknown landed a UVX on Lara, and we have someone cleansing one of the clones. Kick on the gen next to Shaq to proc Eruption. Hopefully JD can get an injury into a down very soon. The survivors are doing a very good job at maintaining gen pressure while dodging and clearing UVX and clones. The corrupt is about to end, and we're chasing currently some scratch marks. Will this hit someone? No, unfortunately not. It's a good shot though. Ooh, they find Tap standing by the car pile at around 4. Ooh, a UV exit, very solid. Tap here with Lithe, will they be able to use it? Lights away. UVX shot. A very good shot by JD, and Tap goes down. Will we get the pick here? Oh, it looks like there's a beamer attempt. Oh no! JD gets beamer saved by, was it Renato? Very well played. Tap gets weakened again. And we're playing Shaq now. We have a clone in front of Shaq window. This could be very dangerous for Tap. The clone will be up in a few seconds, and a wonderful shot again by JD. But will Renato be here for another save? Oh, we see Lara leaving. We're slugging a bit here. Will this shot connect? Almost. Very close. Putting Eruption down. Yeah. Tap is sitting under the pallet, so it is a very scary pickup when you see Lara hovering around. And we did see earlier from Tap's point of view that Renato is somewhere here. Oh, we find Renato. It looks like he's sprint bursting. Yep. And they send someone to pick up? No, they're trying to pick up. And JD finally commits the pick, blocking the pallet so that they can't pallet stun from the outside. Very good stuff. And we're getting Agi value here. Quick on the, maybe we'll get a hook very quickly, and it looks like it's a Pain Res hook. First Pain Res token spent on the gen by the hill at between 3 and 4, pretty sure. Got teleport, spots ace, and then we hear someone working mid. It's Renato. Pallet and Shaq goes down. Obscure game cartridge value. Does the blind go off? The blind did go off. Uh-oh. Looks like JD was trying to follow Renato's footsteps, but they were able to evade it. Champion of the Light with that nasty 20% hinder. Oh, Pallet goes down. A kick, but Obscure game cartridge is currently not available. It only lasts 20 seconds after teleporting. So the kick was just a regular kick. Will Tap go down here? Tap does go down as the pallet is dropped. Very good stuff from JD. Very unfortunate for Tap. A feeling that might have been like ping, because the survivors are playing on a bit of higher ping here. And a pick. We're going to carry. Was that a firecracker I heard? Probably. And hook again by 4. And that's Tap's second hook. Looks like there's a lot of gen pressure right now in the middle gen and the gen between 4 and 3 on the hill. The Wrecker's Yard is very, very important that if you want to defend mid gen. Unless you have a very strong 3 gen on the outside. The middle gen is very, very important to defend. Which is in shack. Going back to the hook, well, I think JD is looking for any potential rescuers and making sure that ideally tap dies on hook here instead of getting pulled. And it looks like some of the gens are, the other two survivors are progressing the gens here. We have Lara 50% on the gen and Renato 75% on their gen, which is the middle gen and one of the side gens. They get the pull here. Will it be a spit? Spit. Oh, a teleport in. Will we get another hit? We'll get a hit here. Possibly, possibly. Endurance should be running out. Endurance is out. Very good stuff from JD. Eruption here. Gets an injure on Renato with the UVX. Renato's sprint bursts away. Will we get another hit here? We do have aura reading. Oh, almost. If the UVX was up slightly quicker, maybe that could have hit. Ace is up on the hill. Renato is off to the side with the beamer. However, the beamer does not connect, and it looks like that is our first sacrifice of the match. 3 gens. Very solid stuff from JD. Very solid stuff also from the survivors. Very good. Very good game. Well, we get a weaken here. We do get a weaken. And will we get the second UV exit? Or will we get an M1? JD showing us wonderful UVX shots. It's always a pleasure to watch. And we have Renato going down by the bus. Oh, a very good weaken on Ace, right at the edge of the UVX explosion there. Lara is rotating off her gen at 3 and 4. And looks like Renato is still slugged at 12. We have a bunch of clones out. One by like these are very good positions of the clones. One by 3 and 4, one by shack corner, and one I think by like 1. Oh, looks like one of them was dispelled. We spot Ace over there. You could with a little bubble on his head. They get Renato up. Oh, will Ace get a cop an injury here? Breaking line of sight. Oh, I think JD's after the Renato. Will we get it down here? It's corner. Oh, Renato does not fall for the red stain. And we just have to kick it, unfortunately. A gen pops. I believe that was Lara's gen at 3 and 4. Ace coming here for body blocks for Renato. A teleport to 3-4. Maybe we catch Lara off guard. No, Lara pre-leaves the generator. The generator being at like 90%. Very good game sense from JD to come back here to kick the gen. We need to down someone. We need to proc that eruption and possibly get a pain res. Looking around for the survivors. Where would they go? They're probably trying to reset. Oh, we spot Renato and Ace. Will we get Renato here? We need that down quickly for the eruption in mid. Renato is weakened. Bounce off the top, unfortunately, does not connect. We go back mid to scare Lara off. Renato gets that heal done by Ace. JD gets a weaken on Lara, very good. Lara runs back, clearing that weaken. Very smart play from the survivors instead of for sticking around to clear rather than just running away. Lara gets weakened again. And yeah, it looks like Ace is just hovering around right now. Oh, Lara gets caught off by a clone. Eats a weaken. Will this be a 2-tap? Or does Ace come in for the body block? Oh, Ace is doing a phenomenal job of body blocking right now. Unfortunately, that UVX is slightly too much to the side and misses. Lara clears her weaken. Ace cops an injury for the body blocking. And will unknown switches and I think starts chasing Ace. We have a teleport coming back up. And a clone right there. I think Ace goes down here. Looks like Lara and Renato are currently double stacking a gen. We go down right next to Pain Res. I think, yeah, that is the Pain Res hook. Scourge hook. And up. Breaks the... hits the gen, but both survivors managing to let go so they don't scream. Alright. Ooh, very good game sense to know that this is the gen they were working on. Okay, it was for a spit, but does not connect. Will we kick? Waiting for Eruption to be up. Very fast kick thanks to Obscure Game Cartridge. And we're looking around. I believe for Lara, yeah, it is. Will we get here? A UVX should connect here. Yes, there's the weaken. She plays around. She goes to leave the loop, and hopefully we get another hit. And there's the UVX. Very good stuff from JD. JD teleports immediately and starts chasing Ace. Ace playing the Shack, leaving Shack. Will we see an M1 here, maybe? Oh. We have a clone next to the window. This might be very good if JD can get Ace to run into that clone. However, it is 1.4 seconds when you teleport before you could swing and get regular movement back. Then, since we don't have blurry photo, which would reduce it down to 1.2, it makes it a lot stronger when playing very close to like resources like that with the clone. But Ace still goes down. Lara gets picked up. We still have 2 pain rest charges on Ace and Renato. Oh, wait, sorry. 2 pain rest charges on Lara and Renato. Lara goes down here again? No, gets the pallet stun. Very close there. But Obscure Game Cartridge, very fast kick. Lara doesn't get as much distance as she would like from that stun. Will we see a follow-up UVX? Oh no, we'll see a teleport to mid. Very good game sense. 30% vault speed on the window. Will we catch Ace here? Almost, just short. Get a UVX, a little bounce on the tires, a very cool bounce. Good connection. Lara cleansed her UVX through the back of Shack. You could cleanse it through those little slits there. As long as you establish even a tiniest bit of line of sight, it'll start cleansing. We're checking the gens. It looks like these gens are very, very progressed right now. Oh, main gen is about to hit 8 stages of regression, which, 8 instances of regression, which means that it won't be able to be kicked soon. Spit towards bus. I think we spotted Ace here, who's injured and weakened. A very good spot for JD here. It's very, very scary for Ace. Oh no! Slightly too much to the left. Oh, mind game, but Ace slow vaults. Oh, sorry, medium vaults in time. We weakened Lara here. Maybe we could get it down. UVX will be coming up shortly. Almost a very good bounce off the back of that car. Oh. Lara playing the loop at 5, I think, or 6? 6. We need to get it down quickly here for Eruption. But I think JD has this with Bloodlust and an M1. JD opts to slug again and goes to defend the middle generator, which is very, very, very progressed. Renato cops a weaken from a UVX, and will we see a follow-up shot here? And Ace is already picking up Lara. Very good stuff from the survivors. Renato gets injured. Gets a Champion of the Light value, making it hard to aim. And manages to clear their weaken. Kick, get that 20% hinder. Renato's about to clear weaken here, so JD has to land a shot quickly if he wants to get a UVX follow-up. Renato does clear. Will we see an M1 come out here? There is a pallet. Nope. Instead, opts to go back to the generator. Oh, Ace body blocking so that they could finish the generator. Very good stuff from the survivor. Ace standing in front of that door, preventing JD from interrupting Lara on the gen. We get a pick here, and it looks like we might be hooking close to a gate and guarding the gate and the survivor. Up. Lara goes on the hook. There is a third fresh hook. And we spot a very injured Renato. A shot towards the stairs of the... This does not connect. They pull Lara from the hook, and Lara works on the gate. JD's going for Renato here, a final fresh hook. So hopefully, I believe JD's plan here is to down them and then maybe camp this one out. But JD has to land the UVX here. Oh, very close. Slightly too short. Ace comes for the body block. Renato runs towards the gate. All the survivors are injured. Will JD get a down here before the survivors leave the gate? It's going to be close. Looks like Ace might take it. Ace goes down, and the rest will be forced out. Lara has no tools to save. Only Renato had the beamer. And so, unfortunately for Ace, JD gets them. And that will be 3 fresh hooks and 7 stages. Yeah, 3 fresh hooks, 7 stages. 2K0. And we'll see how well Oscen does on their unknown very shortly. See you soon. All right, welcome back, and we are in our second game of the unknown set for Bleedout versus Oscen for Blood Rush League main bracket round 2. We have CWSX on unknown playing for Oscen, and let's see how well they do. Already firing off some UVXs here, trying to see if they could catch any survivors at the jungle gym. Does not connect to anyone though. And our perks right now are Eruption, Pain Res Corrupt, and Noed. Very interesting. Let's see if we could get some Noed value in this game. Bleedout is currently probably all stealthing. It's a very strong to stealth out that Corrupt. Want to delay that first chase for as long as possible to waste time. Oh, when we spot our first survivor, gets a chase. Unfortunately, LV Duck runs into the unknown, cops an M1 for it, and uses that movement to get away. CW accidentally hitting the tree there with the UVX. Quite unfortunate. Will they play? They are playing the Crane, I think is what it is. Another shot of UVX unfortunately does not connect. LV Duck dodging very well. See where Ace is up to here. Ooh, Ace finally cops that weekend. 6% hinder from the direct hit of the UVX. Not too strong, but it means that they don't get as much distance. A very good dodge. Will they make it to this pallet before an M1 though? And they don't, unfortunate. We have 3 gens being progressed right now from the looks of things. Or 2, sorry. I think they're double stacked. Yeah, doubling a gen. So 2 gens. But Pain Res is going to be going off here right about now. Going to knock that gen progress down quite a bit. But Aurelis generator should still be going along since it only hit the one that was being stacked. Let's see if Unknown finds someone else. They see a very progressed gen and they spot 2 survivors here. Oh, that gen is like 99. Oh, opting to try and get some cheeky UVX shots. A gen finishes by, I think that was gen at 3. The gen at 2 is currently has eruption on it, so if they get down here, that'll stop that progress. But it was very progressed when we last saw it. Very strong clone on the hill here. Going to secure, I think, second stage on Ace here. But someone is coming in for a save. Will they get the save here? Or will Ace hit second? The survivors are weakened, and it is a bit risky to come in for a save while weakened. Oh, gets an M1 on JD. And JD's Orella goes down, and I believe they got the unhook before he went second. Very strong. Going for the tunnel here on Ace. Will Ace make it to a resource before they could get M1? They do. They drop Shack Pallet, buying some distance. But once again, game cartridge, getting that really fast kick. And we can see here, instead of footprint cast, we have blurry photo. So we do have that 1.2 second recovery from teleporting instead of 1.4. Oh no, it looks like Ace got stuck here on some terrain, and they go down, but in a very far away corner. The lack of footprint cast means that UVX hits generate less clones, about 50% less, because it goes from 10 seconds to 15 seconds off the cooldown with footprint cast. All right, we have 2 survivors weakened here, which means our clones will be coming at around once every 20 seconds or 30 seconds, 20 to 30 seconds. The more weakened survivors, the faster the clones spawn. And we currently have 4 clones out. We're tapping our power to delay that clone from spawning. Will the survivors come rescue, or are they gonna stack gens? It's very scary right now. 2 survivors weakened. If they don't react fast enough, they could cop a UVX as they're sitting on the gen. Very good pre-leave there to not get hit. And it's also very hard to rescue when you're weakened. Because if you're going for a 2-person rescue and you're both weakened, you could both eat UVX and get hit. Both of you get hit. Ooh, almost with that bounce. It looks like, unfortunately, Nia was slightly too far. Oh, we catch Arella here going again for an unhook. Gets the unhook on Ace. Arella goes down. Very good swing there. Very good lunge. Making sure not to hit Ace and get the down on Arella. Alright. Will Ace get away here? Uh-oh, they go around. Will they eat the UVX? No, but they dodge in, which means that they don't eat that one. They manage to get to the resource. However, there is a clone here, and Ace does go down. And I think, unfortunately for Ace, they will be the first sacrifice at 3 gens in. And they manage to pick Arella up. A teleport goes out, spots Nia. Nia gets hit by a UVX. Very good stuff. She runs into Shack and is vaults the window. Will she eat another UVX? She does! Very good double UVX down from CW here. Alright, it looks like we'll be hooking Nia by 2 towards mid, 2 and 3, between 2 and 3. We have another pain res going out. That's the second pain res and the second fresh hook of this game. So we're at 4 hook stages. And we are looking to beat 7 hook stages. So it is getting close. 6 grunts in there, but however, running in usually means you'll eat an M1 unless you have a resource immediately next to you. Let's see how Cheryl goes. Cheryl cops another UVX. But, oh my god, was that a dumb tech? Very good at play with the light there. Oh, slightly too, the trash bin is slightly too thick there to get a UVX shot through on the other side. Oh, as the UVX explosion does go through terrain. Fortunately, Cheryl does go down and we'll get another fresh hook. So that would be 3 fresh hooks and 5 hooks. 5 hook stages. We have unknown teleporting going towards 4, I believe. And will they find the survivor? A bounce towards the pallet, but the survivor was on the other side, I believe, of the loop there. I think they know that there's a survivor. They do. They know that there's a survivor. Nia goes. Was that sprint burst? I believe. Oh, but they opt to teleport. Goes for the Cheryl instead. All right. Let's see how 6 Hearts goes about this chase. They are weakened, and they do spend the Firecracker. However, this rock prevents you from clearing the weakened state because it's too tall to see unknown. And they do go down to a very well-placed UVX shot by CW. And they going to second state. We now have 6 hooks and 1 away from our Tycon. We're Nia's in chase again. With 2 gens left, it's going to be tough for Bleedout to be able to win the get out here without another hook state, I feel. Very good patience from CW to get that spit on the wall so that it doesn't go through Nia and miss. Because you can't aim it too low because there's a maximum angle you could look down. And because it was a close range UVX hit, the recovery is very fast, so you're able to get that 2-tap. Ooh, it looks like, unfortunately, Cheryl does vault into the unknown and is, I think, going to be sacrificed for it. Our last survivor standing is Arella. No, she picks Nia up, so they're both up. And we can hear Nia around this loop. Teleport goes out. We cut. Is that Arella? It looks like Arella, I think. There, I don't see any blood on the floor. It is Arella. JD gets hit by UVX there. vaults the window again, and is headed towards Shack. The doorway is a scary place to be, as you could easily eat a UVX there, but JD actually runs into the tires while trying to clear, and cops an M1 for it. We have Nia attempting to finish a gen while JD is in chase here. Oh, and a teleport goes out. And we have hit our Tycon here of 7 hook stages. But it's not looking good for the survivors in a 1v2 with 1 generator left. How will JD go down here? I think they do. And the lunge secures the down. Will they go for the pick here? Yep, and that will be, I believe, the first set going to Oscen. But let's see how Nia plays this. Will they go for a rescue? Or will they go for hatch or gate? The game's not over yet. Oh, we do spot Nia's blood trails and her scratch mark. And I think the rescue on JD is not going to happen, unfortunately. Runs in, but oh, they're close enough to a resource to not get M1. Playing the rock, still at full weaken state, is very dangerous. Hasn't cleared any of that weaken yet, giving a lot of opportunity for CW to land a shot here. Because if you're constantly clearing weaken, you only have 1 shot to hit before the weaken goes away, so you have to land consecutive hits. But since Nia wasn't able to cleanse here, they were able to keep shooting until they eventually hit her. And that will be our unknown set going to Oscen. Very good stuff from both teams. Very good UVX shots from both JD and CW, and we'll see what we'll see how the next set go. And the Mori here on Nia to finish it off. See you guys in a bit. Hello, hello, welcome back to Bleedout versus Oscen, main bracket round 2 of Blood Rush League. We have CWSX on Clown, Oscen's pick, and let's see how it goes. I'm joined here by my co-caster, Ghosty. Hey, Ghosty.
Hey Mel, how's it going? Looking forward to this.
It's Clown. Not my favorite, but it's alright. This, however, was before the Clown bottle rework that made the speed bottles very, very strong. So I think purple is the way to go right now. Survivors did, I think, spawn at 9, and we have a chase going on, and the pallet has been spent, the pallet at 8.
It is very nice to not have to deal with those incredibly fast bottles with the changes that were made.
They're using their bottles very well here. They're able to tag the survivor with the hinder and give them self-dehaste.
Good bottle swap usage.
Yeah, Ace here takes a hit from that. Ace, I think, we're at 3 right now, and we're going to play around this rock. Ace is going to opt to go down here in the corner. Ace does go down. Another thing to note is we have rapid brutality in play. So we don't have bloodlust, but when we do get that hit, we have that haste, which will
that alongside the yellow bottles, yeah.
Yeah, and the hinder.
Very strong combination. I don't think the lack of bloodlust will really impact things too much with the speed up and the so far really good usage of yellow and purples along with rapid brutality.
Yeah, and considering that you lose bloodlust whenever you throw a bottle, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah.
Valid decision making.
Yeah, very strong perk. And is that Dragon's Grip there? I think it is.
It is Dragon's Grip. Yeah. I'm interested to see if what value can come across with Dragon's Grip, but Clown being very mobile, I can see him easily being able to get back to a Dragon's Grip proc.
Yeah, just run through all the yellow bottles, get that haste, hopefully get the survivor with a purple bottle and M1 them.
Very nice and quick downs potentially, so we'll have to see if he gets some value out of that.
Yeah, we're playing around Shack right now. We're looking for some survivors. We do find a survivor. They finish the generator, but I think they eat an M1 for that. Cheryl takes an M1, drops the pallet here by 10, I think.
But a second gen also popping down by 10, I believe, as well. So very well done by the survivors to get these generators at this much progress / completed.
Yeah, we're down to 3 generators at about to be 2 hook stages if they don't rescue Ace here.
Does look like the clown may be securing that second stage.
Ace does go second here, unfortunately. And the gen at 10 and 9 were finished.
Bit of a dead zone in that corner now, so I expect chases to be most likely taken around that 1 to 2 section of the map.
Depends on where they're working on the gens, I believe. And we have a JD on a gen right here. It's like 80%, almost going to finish.
3 gens with this much progress? Very well done.
And I think Arella is going to pop that gen. Nia gets stuck a bit on the terrain, unfortunately. Will she make it? Gets the hinder, and she won't make it to the loop, or back around the loop, unfortunately.
I don't think Nia would have been able to make too much more even if she actually vaulted there. I reckon Clown would have been able to wrap back around very quickly and still would have been a down. So unfortunate for Nia that the purple bottle did hit there.
Yep. They are throwing more purple bottles there. Arella trying to pick Nia up. Clown trying to secure the kill on Ace here.
I believe this will be Ace leaving us from the trial. Yep.
And
unless Cheryl can make something happen.
Yeah, we did hear a scream, which means... was that... It could have been Dragon's Grip? Yeah.
Could have been Dragon's Grip, yes. And also Ace has been secured fully, so will be leaving us from the trial today.
Unfortunately for... Unfortunate. But it is 2 gens left, so that was still very good, I think.
I agree. That's still a very doable situation for the team here.
Oh.
These purple bottle hits have been very good as well. I've been very impressed with the swapping and usage of both bottles since, as of the clown changes, normally it's just yellow, 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 yellow.
Yeah, this is back before the yellow change, so it's a nice breath of fresh air, to be honest. CW showing us, though, just how strong, good bottle placement is, and good usage of both bottles.
Goes to show that you don't have to always just rely on just straight yellow bottles. Both the bottles are very helpful, and if used properly, can be very impactful in the chase.
Yeah, it's creating that creating even larger speed gaps between the survivor and the killer, right? Like putting hinder and gaining haste.
It could also be just that knowledge of CW being
they do.
Dragons were blocking on, I believe, 10.
Yeah, and I believe they picked someone up. I think that was 8. Yeah.
It might have been, actually, yeah.
Yeah, because this is Carpile at 4. JD, he gets a hit here and runs into the shack, vaults the window. Will Clown commit here? Or will they opt to go for the generator? I think they're going towards the generator, leaving JD injured.
I'm a bit worried for the Survivor team that shack generator is still up. If that gets left for the last 3 gen, that could be a very rough situation for gen spread. You definitely want to try and probably get that shack gen done a bit earlier on in the match. But at the same time, 3 gens popped. It's still very good pressure for the team. Yep.
The shack gen is one of the stronger gens to defend here as a killer. It's very central.
Yeah.
Pain Rest and our 4th hook and our 2nd fresh hook of the game on Jazz's Nia.
Having 2 tokens left for these last gens as well is very helpful. Depending on if CW decides to camp out the Nia as he did with the Ace, or try and be a bit more aggressive with hooks.
Yeah, I think here that they're going to be a bit more they're not gonna proxy it as hard, because I think they have to defend the gens here because there are only 2 left. And they do get a good unhook here, very quick unhook. But Nia gets spotted and is immediately in chase. A direct hit with a bottle, very good accuracy from CW.
Dropping that safe pallet.
Getting that haste. Nia getting that injured.
Good patience by Nia, but the speed up and the swing.
Yeah, 10% haste is no joke.
This is how I feel like a clown should be played. I feel like purple and yellow swaps are so much better, and it just shows how much more outplayable potential you have, even on usually quite safe pallets like that truck pallet. Chuck down the purple, chuck down the yellow.
Yeah, and we have our 5th hook stage being secured in this game. 2 generators remaining. JD and 6, Arella and Cheryl, are left to either do gens or go for an unhook here.
If they're splitting gens, it's not the worst situation, because if they can get a double gen popping for the 2v1, it'd be good.
Yeah, I think that was Cheryl that went for the unhook there.
Possibly. Nia's trying to make some distance, draw out as much time as she can for her team.
Another direct hit with the bottle there.
It looks like Nia's is opening for the corner.
Yeah. And we have a gen finish.
Fourth gen popping. This isn't too bad though. If as long as there's another gen with some progress, or they're potentially working on another, this is still a pretty good situation for the 2v1.
Oh, and yeah, Nia will be sacrificed here for our 6th hook of the trial. You're down to a 3 gen with, I believe, the gens at 6, 8, and mid and shack. Yeah.
Not the worst 3 gen, but
however, you have to
playable.
take note the pallet at 8 here. This has been spent already.
And it looks like that is a gen that they're opting to prio at the moment. With it sounds like about 40 to 50% progress.
Will we see a hit here? Purple bottle on Aurella, and then M1 to finish to get the hit. Gets rapid brutality.
I also think that M1 was to push Aurella out of the yellow so that she doesn't gain the haste effect as well.
Yeah, that's true. It does put Aurella out of it. And I think Clown gets her here with that extremely fast 15% haste. It's like 3 stacks to play with your food. Looks like we'll be hooking Aurella towards 8 here with a pain res.
And on the gen that they had progress on, so that gen will slowly be regressing away now, and CW can kind of just hang around, secure those extra stages, and let that generator regress back to nothing.
However, did
tough situation for Cheryl.
I'm not sure if Bainrest hit the gen.
They could have hit that gen at 6 potentially, because that did sound like it had some pretty similar progress to the gen at 8.
Yeah, we have to see if the gen's regressing or not. It's not, so it did hit a different generator. But I
would presume probably the gen at 6, because I don't think Shaq has any progress at the moment.
That is true. We do have Eruption and Dragon's Grip applied to that gen now. Cheryl is currently not spotted, and the gen is still regressing, so Cheryl didn't stop the regression there. Cheryl's with friendly competition, I think. Smash Hit, Windows, and Blast Mine. Oh, it's Chemtrap. Is that Chemtrap? Chemtrap? Yeah, that's Chemtrap.
Chemtrap could be very funny. A bit of a return of the hidden status effect onto the killer.
Yeah.
Ain't the only one that can apply hinder this game. It looks like Cheryl may just let JD go and try and opt for a fresh out, which could be still very good for the team.
Yeah.
CW in a very strong situation here with being able to cover both the 8 and 6 generators and the hook at the same time. So this may be just let's play the 50-50 Gambit door.
Yeah.
Hatch is definitely not a playable thing since Clown is so close to where it would spawn, so...
I think JD's going to let go very soon.
Now it's just does Clown check on the gate that the Cheryl is lurking first, and we take the 50-50. Let's see if luck is on Cheryl's side. I've been very impressed though with the use of the bottles between.
Yeah, a very solid play from CW's Clown, but also the survivors getting 4 gens done is pretty strong.
Still very good. They were getting really good gem pressure with the chasers as much as they probably weren't as long as they were hoping for, but at the same time against the Clown, the hinder can be very impactful, especially when bottles are being used the way they were. But if Cheryl can get out here, this would be a very huge moment for the team, getting a fresh out.
Right, so there's the close. Will Clown pick the correct door? They do have haste.
It looks like they go off for the other door. And I don't think they quite have line of sight on the other gate.
The bubbles preventing vision is very annoying.
They do. They've been spotted, so let's see if it can be opened in time.
I think it might. It is.
It does!
And Cheryl gets out here. Very well played.
Nicely done getting a fresh out.
Yeah, 9 hook stages, 3 fresh hooks.
Very well done.
3K1. We'll catch you guys next match. Hello, welcome back to our second set, Clown, of Bleedout versus Oscen in Blood Rush League Match 2 main bracket. We have JD on Clown and the win condition of a 4K1. And I'm joined here by Ghosty. Ghosty, what do you think so far?
I was very impressed with that first game of Clown by CW, with not only just the multiple bottle usage of purple and yellow, but just a really good win overall, with still really good pressure while somewhat proxy camping the hooks, but even with the gens, how much progress they had in the way they were popping, he still was playing quite well and getting those downs and stages quite nicely.
Yeah, his chases were quite quick. Very well played. Looks like our first chase here is with David. David. And we do have Sloppy Butcher in play, which will make resets a lot slower. And we have Eruption, Pop, and Grim Embrace.
Grim Embrace is one of my favorite perks, personally. I think it's such a good one to have. Just good gen slowdown with the whole covering all the gens and the final token giving you that aura on the Obsession if you play your hooks correctly, which it looks like JB is playing that 100% correct here by hooking the Obsession first, so he will get a lovely aura read on the David at 4 stacks.
Yeah, on Grim 4, yeah. And also, a thing to note though is there is a bit of counter synergy with Pop and Grim, especially for the first sets, like here. You can't pop the gen because it's Grim. However, on Grim 4, the duration is as long as Pop lasts, so you won't be able to spend that specific Pop, even if you wanted to.
But I guess if JB plays it properly and doesn't opt for the Pop and knows about that counter synergy, he may just go for the more aggressive hunt down a survivor first over playing Pop, so it won't waste too much time. And then he does have the fallback of both Pop and Eruption to use once that 4th stack's been used.
Our first gen does Pop, and I think that was gen at 8. I'll be honest, orienting myself in Wrecker's Yard sometimes is a bit confusing.
It is a very tricky map to orientate on.
Yeah, but I think we're at 12 right now because the bus is here. Like 11, 12. We have a slow
I think this would
by
be
the
very border 11.
Will they get the unhook in time? Clown's big fat body blocking the unhook maybe. However, no.
They do get the unhook.
And they don't get the slug, unfortunately. Oh,
Renato coming in with a really good body block to eat up that time for Hinder on David. Really well done by Renato there.
Yeah. Sloppy Butcher on both David and, Renato and Felix, though. So that reset is going to take a while. Unless they ultimately injure.
Also, if David pulls off a really good chase here, that I feel like will be 100% worth it.
Very good patience from David not to vault there. And he runs around, goes to vaults, and Clown takes it.
Straight back into the loving arms of the Clown. My apologies, my alarm is going off.
I think it's trying to tell you that you have casting.
Apparently, yeah. It's like, I'm already in casting alarm. You don't need to tell me this. I already know this information.
We have a hook here and Pop available. There is a gen by, I think we're at 7 now, a gen that is very well progressed. About 50%, I think. Slightly above 50. It's looking like 60.
Wants that slightly faster kick with the yellow bottle haste effect. At least I believe Clown can increase his kick speed very slightly with yellow bottles. 2 stacks of Eruption down on 2 separate gens as well, so next down will be pretty impactful on the gens if they're being worked on.
Yeah. It'll also give aura if they don't let go. But I think it's been calmed that there's Eruption. So they should be letting go. Like, the Survivor going down will probably comms it.
Hopefully, because they don't want to be giving JB a free bit of info.
Yeah. Oh, they go for the unhook here. Gets a hit.
I think they got auto-aimed into David, because it looks like...
Oh, wait, no, you're right. Tap isn't injured.
Yeah, Tap was not injured by that, so an unfortunate auto-aim into the hook there.
That's very unlucky. And because of that, they could body block here for David.
Tap taking the hit for David, buying him more time and chase. Opting not to play the jungle gym there.
We're playing Carpile. Is there a pallet by Carpile? I think there is.
There usually is. There is. One of the more safer ones as well. I'll be interested to see if JB ends up trying to outplay this, looking to go back to that jungle gym.
Yeah, zones him away from Carpile. Oh. Very good bottles by JD. Oh, and we got Renato here. And the last gen pops, unfortunate.
That is Wing Condition, unfortunately not met. Very strong by the survivors, coming in for those aggressive hit takes just to increase the chases while having someone still hard cranking those gens. Very well played.
But we'll see. I mean, and that would be the match for Oscen. But let's see how this endgame plays out, because stuff may still happen.
I think they might just take the 3 out here since the Wing Condition has been met.
Yeah.
One has already left.
However, since the win condition has been met, there's no risk trying to go for the save.
They might just go for it to see if they can push that 4 out. 2 are still remaining in the trial as well, so if they are resetting, no, it looks like they're taking the outs. Yeah.
And that would be 5 hook stages, 2 fresh hooks for JD on Clown. And the set goes to Oscen. Oh, sorry, and the match too. And yeah, thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time. Bye.